Hello YouTubers, and welcome to Music for the Masses, the channel where we talk all things music, whether it's collecting the different formats or even buying the audio to play the music on, and even the artist. How about that? Talking about the artist on a music channel. So if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. The last couple of weeks I've gotten over 100 new subscribers, so welcome to you guys. I am so grateful for that. Thank you to the guys the viewers who have been with me since the beginning. I appreciate you so much. So let's get into it. Before we get into this video, which is going to be about collecting music or starting your collection, on a budget, because in these tough economic times, you look into your wallet and you don't find many of these, right? Gas and food, housing is just through the roof. And I know that. I'm a real estate broker. I do real estate and I do mortgages, and I see the financial conditions of people out there. So I'm affected by it too. So I'm not proud. I know, like, everybody is short on dollars, whether it's dollars, euros, francs, pesos, people across the world, things are tight. We're going to talk about that. Before we do, tell me what you're listening to. I have been listening to these guys, Chicago Greatest Hits, and this has 25 6-4. Let's see, Does Anybody Really Care? Color My World, just a great album, and I've been really enjoying that one. And then also Depeche Mode, Violator, great album. In my opinion, to me it was their last good album that I enjoyed. And I think I've bought one Depeche Mode album since this one, aside from like special collections. But anyhow, that's what I've been listening to. So share what you've been listening to. I always love to hear it. It reminds me to listen to stuff that I have or to try out new music. So let's get into it. Your money's tight, and you've got this money and you don't know whether to put it in your gas tank, put it in your your grocery cabinet, or buy a record or a CD. For me right now, I've been buying just CDs. An album just has to be like a crazy yard sale find or a thrift store find that's in mint condition, or I'm not buying it. So I've been buying more CDs. That might be an option for you. You can pick up a decent CD player for 50 bucks, I would say. A lot of times you can find them with remotes, even cheaper if you find them at the thrift stores, right? The other thing is to go through your collections, right? And this doesn't even really entail buying new CDs. It's just maximizing your collection. And that's just going through your collections, because if you're like me, I probably have maybe 1,600 pieces, whether be CDs and vinyl combined, right? Go through your music collection and listen to that music that's just stacked there on your shelf. I try to make it a point just to listen to something different all the time, because if I have 1,600 pieces of music, am I really listening to 1,600 pieces of music? No. If I did that, I'd probably have to listen to 4 albums a day just to get through the whole collection in a year. And we are not doing that. So I encourage you to go through your collection and listen to those great albums that you haven't heard. Like, Chicago. This is just a great album. And when I put it on, I was so happy I did. And again, when your albums are stacked like this, you're not really seeing, all of your collection, right? So sometimes you just forget what you have. And that's why I like when you guys tell me what you're listening to, because then if I have it, I'll listen to it. Here's another one that I pulled out. Some Girls by the Rolling Stones. Just a great album. And it's just tucked away in my collection. So, and then let me just grab 2 of the top CDs here. See what I got just stacked here. Okay, here's 2 good ones. Billy Idol, Greatest Hits. Yeah, I love Billy Idol. I've been listening to him since, the Gen X days. And so, Billy Idol. And here's another group, the Bee Gees. One Night Only has all their stuff. It's a live CD. But make the most out of the collection that you have first before you go out there and splurge on more. The next thing you can do when you're going through your collection, right, is look at the stuff that you have in there, right? And if you don't like it, or you're just not going to listen to it, sell it. Yeah, just sell it and buy something else. Chances are, if you bought it a while ago, it's worth more than you paid for it, right? And then you can buy more music that way. Or you can also, if you're like me, you collect in music, you have friends in the business, right? Of collecting music, and they probably have stuff that they don't listen to as well, and you can trade. And so you basically get new music without spending the money. And be fair about it, though. You know, you might have a Led, well, who doesn't listen to their Led Zeppelin albums? But you might have a record that's worth something, and you know, you might trade it for a couple of things that he has that aren't quite as worth as much as what you have, and vice versa. But you get the point here. So there's another option. The other thing you can do is lay off of those impulse buys. You know, be smart. If you see something that you like online, like what I do on eBay, right? If I'm going to buy something on eBay, when I bought albums on eBay, is I will just watch the item, right? And a lot of times those sellers will shoot you an offer for a discount. And a lot of times those sellers that have bigger, you know, online stores, they offer discounts for the more that you buy, right? So if you know, sometimes, you know, you might get 20% off if you buy two. You know the sellers, if you go online, the ones that need the revenue, and you can tell in their pricing. So, you know, just be smart, pay attention. When you go into thrift stores, know the discount days. Like I did a video a couple of weeks back where I bought CDs, and I got 11 CDs for $6 and some change. And they were great CDs, but I knew that this thrift store had a discount Monday, a 20% discount, and then they had color tags for that day too. So they were 50% off of those color tags, and they combined their discounts. So some of those CDs I got like 70% off. So that's another way to do it, right? You know, back to eBay, you know, if somebody has something listed and they have offers, make that offer. You know, negotiate fairly, but, you know, make that offer. I always try to shop the sellers that let you make offers. They're just up front. They're letting you know they're willing to negotiate. And so that's another way. One of the things I also do, and I do this a lot with audio equipment, and I always come up pretty good on it. And so when I go to yard sales, I will ask people, hey, do you have any audio equipment that you want to get rid of? And I'll also ask, hey, do you have any CDs? Do you have any vinyl records? Very rarely on the vinyl records do I find anything at a yard sale. But a lot of times people will have it in their house, and they just didn't want to lug it out because they don't think anybody wants it, right? And so they'll say, yeah, I have stuff, you know. And one time I got a guy that had a whole bunch of CDs. He goes, yeah, I have them. He goes, you know what, man? He goes, I just don't want to bring them down. He goes, if you want to take a look at them, 25 cents a piece. And this guy had some great stuff. And this was early on when I started getting back into CDs. And I always regret not just saying, hey, you know, I'm going to take everything you got. Because he had hundreds of them. And I could have just made a killing if I wanted to sell them, right? Another thing I do is, you know, if I like an album or I want to buy something and I can't find it, I just stream. I have an Apple playlist. The car I had that I just replaced because it got totaled, but it had a CD player. It was a 2017 car, and pretty much after 2017, you're not getting a CD player. So my new car only allows me to stream or listen to the radio. So I'll just stream until I find what I'm looking for at the price that I want. And that's what I do. Also, when you go into a record store, you know, try to bundle. A smart business owner who's in need of money will definitely negotiate with you. And keep in mind, I said a smart business owner. There are some that are stubborn and would rather close their doors than to make a sale. But yeah, I mean, deal fairly, but you know, ask for the discount, and you'd be surprised the times that you get it. Next up, I also like to watch music videos on YouTube. So if you're watching me, you're already set up, right? So there's a lot of cool documentaries, a lot of cool short stories about the artists that have the music, you know, attached with it, and that satisfies my music itch, and it gives me an intimate look at the artist, right? And it gives me a little bit of history, you know, about the music and how the songs came to be, and it gives me, you know, just more of an appreciation for the music that I'm listening to. So, you know, there's another way to do it. Share your tips in the comments is the next thing I will tell you, because we are a music community, right? And so I have a strong belief that a joy shared is a joy made double. I've had people in the past say, hey, don't share these tips because then it's going to shrink our ability to get our hands on the music. And, you know, guys, well, it is a small world. It's a very big world. So share your techniques, how you've come across, you know, saving tips on growing your collection. Hopefully somebody will share something that you want to hear. But that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And how do I always leave you? Well, first, like and subscribe. But second and most importantly, God bless you.